अब त्यसै गरी कक्षा 12 का बहिनी सरला गुरुङलाई अगाडि आइदिन हार्दिक अनुरोध गर्दछु र
from her family and her parents. Well, where somewhere? Where was that somewhere? That an 8-year-old kid, barely even 10, was being sent to. The somewhere was the place, the city full of lakes, the city where Machu Picchu is seen beautifully. Anyone remember? Yeah, the Popra. The same Popra for which she once found everything was strange, whether it was the atmosphere, or the environment, or the people. And definitely not even a single people she was familiar with even once. Not even a single face she could recognize. So why would someone's parents, why would someone's family send someone who's even barely 10 years old to a completely different city? Were there any purposes? Were there any reasons behind it? To be very precise and clear, no parents of any one of us who are seated right now want that for us. Our parents always think good for us, even if it means sometimes we misunderstand them, what they are saying, right? Because it's not really our fault that we don't take our parents' advices positively at every time. Because it's of the generational gap which our parents have and which we have among us. Because we are Gen Zs, the ones who grew up with gadgets along their side. So we are the pretty much advanced kind of generation. And the daughter and her, which we imagine right now, like imagine an 8 years old. So she was a daughter and her parents wanted a good future, a good schooling, a good grooming for her, for which she was sent to a different city called Popra, and she was made to stay at a hostel, even if it meant she was staying away from her parents. I think that's what contributes to being a good daughter. And the daughter factor, the her pronoun, which we just imagined together right now, hi, that was me. And before I begin this story, I'd like to state a very respectful and a delightful morning to everyone present inside this auditorium. Respectable and honorable judges, my distinguished guests, and all my fellow contestant participants. There were three buildings in total. The first building, building number 1, the one that was painted in plain orange. The kind of orange you could witness on a ripened orange fruit, which we also have it here and there in the winter. Building number 2, the second building, which was painted in patterns of stone. In the Gen Z vocabulary, we call it aesthetic or vintage. And the third building, building number 3, the building which was painted in soft blue, the kind of blue which we could witness when the sky was sunny and we knew the day was getting better. And comes a black gate right at the front. And the black gate is also designed with flowery patterns of golden. And I walk and enter the gate. And I get to witness various scenes happening right there. A dog is pacing back and forth. I could not really comprehend what the dog actually was doing. And there comes girls doing their basic chores. One was brushing her teeth, one was doing the laundry, and some were playing badminton. Typical hostel experience. And there also was a banner right there. The banner that was hanging on the front, which said Kathmandu Hostel. Yes, The same hostel which I lived in from when I was 8 years old to 12 years old. The fun, the laughter, the noise, the chaotic environment, and specifically a world inside a world. So that's what a hostel life was. And there seemed two people right standing at there. And they did seem chaotic like the rest. And fortunately, there were the hostel wardens. Meet the hostel wardens. I'll meet an imaginary two people right here. The first one, a hostel madam. The gentle one. The one who could save you from getting extra beatings from our hostel sir. And meet our hostel sir. He was the strict one who would even convince us and beat us if we even made small mistakes. And I think that is the factor that determines when a child is corrected early. He or she learns early, and her grooming becomes better. The moments which I've spent, the memories which I've made while living at a hostel, I think that must be a very golden days of my life. The time where I feel nostalgic even now and full of emotions right now. So that is a very vivid detail which I still remember. The therapy sessions which we had and the typical hostel life experiences. And there comes a twist. The twist, I don't think anyone would be able to deal with. Because would someone be able to answer me here right now? How the question that how was a 12 years old, barely even at her teenage years, supposed to grieve the loss for two people who once felt like home, who once were an aspiration for her, and they're gone. We as human beings, really, like every one of you who are seated here right now, have some experiences related to this statement. That is, every human beings only realize the value of something until and unless after we lose it. And even worse, after they're gone. That's what we humans are. I know every one of you might not relate to the same context as me and to the same degree, but everybody who's seated in here has the experiences which they have regretted and could rewind all those moments which they have taken for granted. And it's human behavior to take humans for granted. That's what is the paradox of being a physical person on a real, ever-changing world. I didn't really know that that was the last time. And what last time, you may ask? The last time I was seeing both of my hostels sir and madam at that time. It was not long ago, but not yet so far. Late 2019, just about to begin 2020. I was just finished with my final exams of class 6 and was just ready for going for my vacation, which was of 1 month. And I was just scrolling through Facebook and there was a post which said, a new virus named COVID-19, also very popularly known as coronavirus 2019 disease as of now, was being spread all across the world. To which, absolutely, I didn't believe that, because Nepalese media has created such kind of a bait in my mind where I feel like I can't even believe the news because it is going to be faded away in days. But now things were getting serious. By March 2020, coronavirus had reached Nepal. Yes, our Nepal. They had reached Nepal, and all the schools, our schools in Kathmandu, and all things were being closed. But as a matter of fact, our college, Southwestern State College, had provided our teachers with their salaries and even basic medications at the side. I think that's the most thoughtful thing our college could do at that time. And one day, I just was back from my medical reports where I was not diagnosed with any symptoms of corona, so I was good to go. I was really delighted to know that. And there was a text which was nudging me, not actually nudging me, but it was nudging me to look at had a text, and that text said, "Hey." I replied, "Hello, what's up?" It was no one like unfamiliar. It was my old friend with whom I talk every day. So like she was like, "Hello." I was like, "Hey, what's up?" And she was like, "I have something important to tell you." I said, "Don't hesitate, just say it." See, she said, "Our hostel man is no more." Really, I could not process that. I was trembling. My hand was, I was not at the place at the time. Because how would and who would convince the 12 years old in me, the same people she was looking forward to see someday after the COVID ends, was over with her. And all I could do was run to my mom and just explain her while I was weeping down the tears. And she also was trying to console me. Really, they are the people who once shaped me and once have represented me and how I present myself. So I think we have to value people before they are God. Everyone should. And that is what I'd like to say. Thank you.